Yeah, you know what time it is. No scripts, no filters, no fear. We said what we said and meant that. Off the record, yeah, we keep it real. No filter shit, we say what we feel. Politics, stories, truth on display. Come on, we talk that talk in our own way. Off the record, minion the God, let's go. Foxy 2 Roxy 3, she go hard.
I swear on everything, that is exactly what he said right here in the studio.
That is the funniest thing I have heard all week.
So hard, Lizzie with the facts, she never miss. Nah. I said what I said, that's the twist. Off the record, yeah. Come and catch the vibe. Where real ones talk and the truth survive. Late night truth, we don't just speak. Nah. We pull the roots from what they keep. From pain to progress, we light the flame. No spin, no script, we call it by name. Minion bring the vision, Foxy bring the flame. Lizzie drop a seat, it'll never be the same. I said what I said, say it loud, no shame. We taking truth global, remember the name. No apologies, no disguise. Just soul and purpose in our eyes. We move with power, bold and free. Say it loud, you gon' feel this energy. Record.
Hey, what's good, everyone? Welcome to Off the Record. It's your boy, Minion, the God, and we got I said what I said in the building. What's good? I said what I said.
Hey, everybody. You know what? Every time I hear that song, regardless if I want to go live or not, that damn song just do something for me. Our introduction song, it put me in the mood, baby. And I'll be ready to go. You hear me?
I hope y'all ready to go because y'all, we got a lot of stuff to discuss. This administration it never ceases to amaze me how low this man can go. And, we're going to talk about it. I guess before we get into it, though, you want to do the shout outs?
Sure. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a great day today. And thank you for joining us at on the OTR Off the Record channel tonight. We appreciate each and every last one of you coming to and spending some time with us and get this hood news, because that's basically what it's going to be. Okay?
It's going to be hood news.
Yeah. It's going to be hood, baby.
Yeah, we think we going to go ahead because y'all know this. We keeps it real over here, so we thinking about coining the hood nature of the way we give out the news. So y'all let us know what y'all think about that idea. We really care, but no, I'm joking.
We do care.
We do.
And so we have Oregon City Street in the house, aka Sassy Sue. Welcome in. Thank you for being here tonight.
What's good?
And we have Jackson Tabasco. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
What's up, Jackson?
We got Chuck in the house tonight. Thank you for being here tonight, Chuck. I think this is your very first time being on one of my lives when I'm actually live. And if you guys go ahead and go over there and subscribe to Chuck's channel. He's a new YouTuber, and he's been helping me with my subscribers. So I definitely want to make sure I return the favor. So yeah, definitely go ahead and subscribe to Chuck's channel.
Absolutely.
We have Nana and Nene in the house. Happy Monday, sis. Thank you for being here.
Hey, what's good, Nana?
And we have Not Chovy here. That's another YouTuber that's been helping me out. Go and subscribe to Nat Chovy channel. He has a great channel also. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have Lady T-Bug in the house. My very first.
Let's go.
My very first content creator that allowed me on their panel and helped me out also. Thank you for being here, Lady T-Bug. Y'all go ahead and go subscribe to Lady T-Bug's channel if you're not already a subscriber. Hello to you, Leo Lady, our loyal supporter. She's always in the house, so she like this hood politic news we bring to her.
Yeah, let us know. Is the blowhorn too loud? Because I can make it a little lower if it's too.
As y'all can tell, we off the chain tonight. I don't know why we so excited. Hell, it is Monday, but the way we're acting, you would think it was Friday night.
Hey, we got to keep this energy high up.
I'm telling you, that song just totally energizes me. I kid you guys not. We got the Mac movement in here. Thank you for being here.
Hey, what's good, Mac movement?
Happy Monday to you. We got Jeff Kilsby in the house. Thank you for being here, and happy Monday to you. Now, guys, if you haven't hit the like button, please do that at this time. And if you haven't subscribed to the channels, please go ahead and subscribe to OTR channel, I Said What I Said channel, and Foxy 2, Roxy 3 channel also. And we'll go ahead and put these links in the chat in case you haven't connected to the other two channels. Our other co-host, Foxy 2, Roxy 3, is still out sick right now. So we're going to continue to pray for her also.
Absolutely. All right. Well, now that we got all the salutations and all that out the way.
All the introductions.
And we truly appreciate y'all for being here, for supporting the channel. Definitely all the people who have started subscribing to the channel, we truly appreciate it. So thank y'all. But today we got a man in office that is always with the shits, and you know what, we're gonna report on it. So I think
never cease to amaze us. You know,
never.
It's always something new every day.
But before we get into what he's talking about, y'all, we got Pastor Jamal Bryant telling us that Target is now open for business for the black people. Y'all can go back. Y'all can go start patronizing Target again and giving Target all your money. So,
not the pastor.
Yeah. He decided for all the people that the boycott for Target that's the past. That's now behind us.
Now where he get that memo from? Nobody ain't told me nothing about we supposed to be going back to Target. Personally, I'm never going back to Target, because I don't like the prices. I never really was a shopper of Target, but I don't appreciate the pastor trying to tell us where to go shop at, After all, he was one of the first original people who told us to don't go shop over there. So who's paying pastor to change his mind? Because all of a sudden, he's just changing his mind now because Target haven't re-implemented a DEI program. They haven't done anything different. So why are we letting this what do you call it, boycott? Why are we letting up on this boycott? Because I don't see anything that Target has done different. Do you?
Not at all. Not at all. So we gonna listen to what was the lady's name?
Karen
Hunter, I think.
Yeah, Karen Hunter.
Yeah, so shout out to Karen Hunter, who is also a fellow YouTuber. She's gonna be talking about the Target boycott being over because Jamal Bryant said so.
Well, Jackson Tabasco says she don't need nobody telling her where to go shop, where to spend her money.
Thank you. I mean, I thought I was an adult.
Right.
like, because you can hop on the internet and get a ton of likes, that you have the authority to go in a room and make a decision for everyone. And that's not the way that it doesn't work that way. Now you're on the receiving end of, hold on, wait a minute, I don't agree with that. And now you've got to figure out how to navigate that. And it's because you were performing community, not actually building it. There's a big difference. And we've gotten disconnected from that.
Yes and no. In the case of a Jamal Bryant, he could argue that he has a community, he has a church. People show up every Sunday. It's big,
but
it's vast,
but not to speak for everybody about Target.
I agree.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in.
We will not. This is over. We're going to have to reassess and renegotiate everything. Number one, we do not have a quote unquote black leader who can go into a company and take a check on behalf of all the black people. No. Those days should be over. Mm-hmm. And if Target and all these other companies were dumb enough to give checks to people that you think can move the needle, you're about to find out that you've miscalculated what this is right now. Mm-hmm. Number one. Number two, we also have to hold those same people accountable. Stop going in rooms and making deals.
Yeah, and
like I say, I feel like if Jamal Bryant think that he has that much power where he can start and stop a boycott, he could tell you when to stop shopping somewhere and when to start shopping somewhere. Maybe he has miscalculated how much clout he really has, and or maybe he thinks that he really does, he is that guy, and maybe y'all need to just boycott him.
Well, I'm putting that to the side. I want to know why he changed his mind. Because he's getting more pushback than he's getting people supporting him on this ideal of not boycotting Target any longer. And a lot of times, and this is no shade to the church, but it is. A lot of these pastors, think they're bigger than what they are. Just because they have a large congregation, I think they feel like they can tell the whole community what to do versus those people that's attending their church. You may have them, under your thumb, but everybody is not under your thumb, sir. Everybody is not under your tutelage. Everybody is not listening to you. And yeah, it was a great idea when you brought it out, and the reason was good because they were trying to get rid of DEI, which i.e. mean black people, get rid of all the black people and the black policies and everything, the affirmative action, anything that's fair for black people. These companies and corporations want to try to wipe that out. Like they're just trying to erase us and our history, in my opinion. And so for you to go along with let's just let this boycott up, I feel like something is up with you. I want to know why you changed your mind and who is paying you allegedly.
That's exactly how I feel. I mean, obviously, this was a decision that he made because he thought it was going to be beneficial for himself, and really, he could probably care less that he's getting pushback because he's so arrogant. And he's the type of guy,
narcissist, a narc preacher is what it is, in my opinion. Yeah. Hey, Lou, thank you for joining us tonight.
People going against him actually probably makes him think, he probably likes that because he's gotten paid already. So he's probably like, y'all could be mad all you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
my check already cleared.
Yeah.
So
his check in the bank.
I ain't tripping, and yeah. Yeah, so, guys, of course, everything that we say
allegedly.
Well, I don't need Pastor Jamal trying to rob my memory either.
Right.
Because I ain't forgot about what Target did. Okay. Exactly. And like I said, they haven't changed anything. So once again, why are you trying to get rid of this boycott? Who's paying you and why are you doing this? Because nothing has changed.
Well, let's continue watching.
For cronies, for your people. This ain't right. And people who are not who have never built anything outside of an offering plate. I'm saying,
It's not even like you sat down and tried to have a community conversation before. You want to have a town hall after to tell me what the results are, but I wasn't a part of the opportunity to discuss it before. And so, going back to your statement that you said before the break is like, what does it take to build? What does it take to put something together that serves the community, that is actually useful? I think we have to get back to the idea of communing. I have to be willing. I live in a walkable neighborhood. I talk to the people that I go. I don't just roll up in my CVS. I talk to the people when I go to my CVS. I talk to the people I get my bubble tea from. I talk to my dry cleaners that I go to. I talk to the people that are down at the front desk in my building, because I think it's important for you to know who I am and for me to know who you are, because when something happens on the street, I know somebody and I know how to move around that, and we don't have that anymore. So it feels like, because you can hop on the internet and get a ton of likes, that you have the authority to go in a room and make a decision for everyone. And that's not the way that it doesn't work that way. Now you're on the receiving end of, hold on, wait a minute, I don't agree with that. And now you've got to figure out how to navigate that. And it's because you were performing community, not actually building it. There's a big difference. And we've gotten disconnected from that.
Yes and no. And
I do think that we have gotten away from community. As a black people, we've started to idolize name brands and nice cars and stuff like that so that we can look better than each other, which we're at the bottom of the fucking food chain, so it doesn't even, but whatever. I think there's some truth in that, because people idolize him because they feel like, he's he's got I feel like they look at him as like a high-end pastor.
Well, he's not no Martin Luther King in my mind, and he's not no Jesse Jackson. He's not our civil rights leader. I would look to Ben Crump before I would look to Malcolm Jamal.
But he
Not
obviously got
Malcolm
people
Jamal.
who.
I mean Jamal Bryant. Before I look to Jamal Bryant, I would go to Ben Crump first. And nobody has appointed him to be nothing other than the pastor of New Birth Church. So that's basically where
Well,
he.
they said that he the one that started the boycott.
Well, he's one of the ones that spoke out about it, but it was a lot of different organizations that decided to boycott Target. So I don't, he may have brought the ideal up, and he was just on board with everybody else. He's probably one of the bigger voices that spoke out about Target. And even if he did start the boycott, he can't tell us, where to shop and that everything is okay when we haven't seen any changes. Because see, back in the day in the 1960s when they sat at the lunch counter, well, that lasted. When they boycotted the buses for over 18 months, well, that matters, because guess what? Once the boycott was over with, somebody went in the back room and negotiated for us, and we were able to ride the bus. We were able to sit at lunch counters wherever whenever we felt like it. And so, if he went in the back room and negotiated something, in my opinion, and allegedly, it was only to fill up his own pockets and not help us out. So, no, sir, you don't get
So
to
I can
help.
say they ain't even apologizing. They said, "Fuck
Right.
out of here with that.
Exactly. So
Y'all shop here or you don't." And to be honest, really, our stores are probably safer without y'all. So
that's what they think. But that their stock went down a lot. So I don't know if they have that attitude. I feel like that's why they tried to infiltrate homeboy, because them numbers are not numbering anymore. The stock market ain't stocking no more as far as their stock number records. So we have put a dent in their stock market value.
we'll see. I mean, because I don't know. They don't seem
Hey,
very
PW, welcome
progressive.
in. Huh?
They don't seem like a very progressive company. They've been in a lot of controversy.
Yeah,
So,
PW saying that black women in Minnesota started it,
okay.
the boycott. And I knew it was other groups that that initiated and started. I do remember when he jumped on board. However, like I said, even if he is one of the originators, nothing has been changed. So we're not no. The answer is
You don't tell
no.
us. How about you shop at Target?
Right.
Yeah. You
And
should
you
take your happy ass there
and
and you
tell
go shop.
Target And tell Target what part do they not understand? The N of the O, and that's all in that sentence.
I tried. I tried, Master. I tried.
In the case of a Jamal Bryant, he could argue that he has a community, he has a church. People show up every Sunday. It's big, it's vast.
But not to speak for everybody about Target.
I agree. But in his mind, his church is big and powerful. It's got big and powerful people in it. And, and
he got a social following. So he thinks he's reaching them too.
Correct. And because we live in this sort of world, why would no one's ever checked this before?
Yeah.
So you get to walk through. I mean, this has been going on for far too long. We just laid to rest Jesse Jackson. But, in the wake of that, the media and others have always kind of held up one singular person that they would then, deliver the message to go tell your people this is what we're doing. Mm-hmm. But this is not where we are right now. And we should never have been there, if I'm being honest. And to your point, I think of it like everybody who lives somewhere, what you need in Texas is different than what I need in New Jersey, even though we might both be black. We might both be black women, and we might both need some similar things, but the nuances of location and the nuances of even culture can inform. So that's why you gotta, move a little differently. This is not the way forward.
You gotta move somewhere outside of on the internet. Like there's too much reliance on the internet. There is not, first of all, we don't even have social agreement about what a like means. And let me give you an example of what I mean by that. You think you've gotten a ton of likes behind something, but what you don't understand is that you posted a story. My like could mean that I read it and I thought it was interesting. Your like could mean that you read it and agreed with the perspective. Someone else's like could be, hey, I'm glad that this is being reported. Someone else's like could be, I am liking it because I don't agree. And I want to make sure other people get the chance to disagree. So you're looking at essentially the value of something that has no defined meaning, and you are moving as though that is support. It's not a functional system. It's not an effective way to thrive. If you wanted to decide or have a concrete movement in a direction, you should have did it the way you started this. This is a thing I don't think is right. Here is what I propose we do. This is what me and my congregation are going to do. And guess what? Folks were like, yup. And they got on it. That's not what you did on the, it's over. That you didn't do that.
So why do you think he didn't do that?
Because you feel like you felt like you was driving.
I also think that there was some payout.
It could have been some.
There was something. There was some exchange.
Something shiny for sure.
She think the same thing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That was okay with the person that agreed to it.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a capitalistic society. People are going to do things for cash, exposure, capital, stock. Like. I mean, like people do strange things to get whatever they think is akin to power and access for sure.
So what happens when Target's market share is down another quarter? after the fast was called off, what happens? Do they get it? Do they get a refund?
Well, here's the thing. The unfortunate thing is that the way this has been positioned.
Look, I saw the comment said that they are Target shoppers and they don't intend to become a Walmart shopper. Is that what it said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but
let's see. It said it was Leo Lady. Shout out to Leo Lady. Hey, Leo Lady. And hey, SBK. Thank you for coming in. Guys, go subscribe to SBK channel. Also, he's a content creator. And Pinky is a content creator. And shout out to you, Pinky and Miguel, for coming in. She said, I've never been at a Target shopper and don't intend to start now. Walmart in the same book in her mind.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah. And really, I will put Amazon in there too, but Amazon just got so much.
I was just about to say, I don't even think Walmart is Target's competition at this point because I think everybody shopping on Amazon. Yeah,
Amazon putting everybody, taking everybody
out of business. Yeah,
out of business. Thank you for being here tonight as well.
Soon Walmart gonna have a store on Amazon because they gonna be the took over. They gonna have to just be a subsidiary, like one of their little stores.
Yeah.
And what's up, SBK?
In a minute, the way they're doing things in the government now, everything gonna be consolidated, and so look like this Agent Orange administration is trying to consolidate all power, right? So he's trying to take the news media away. He's trying to take away your choices as far as what you can say. Well, the choices of what you can,
like your First
what you can
Amendment,
say on
right?
social media now, because he had one of his friends to purchase TikTok, and so now I guess they're going to go after the stores now. And at the end of the day, I guarantee you, Jeff Bezos is going to win over everybody. He's already winning.
Yeah.
And so I think, I'm not for sure, I'm going to have to look it up, but I think Walmart started trying to roll some programs back too. So we definitely need to, highlight them next time we come on air. I'm definitely going to research Walmart, because I think that I saw that they were trying to roll back DEI. And I don't think all these corporations understand. They don't want to FAFO, because every time you try to eliminate the black people, every time you try to oppress us, what do? We come up with something new. We'll go around it, and we'll figure it out. And I feel like what you're going to do is create a bunch of new black entrepreneurs, and we'll be shopping with them.
Well, beyond just that and the Black Americans, let's talk about the fact that Iran is who now the Strait of Hormuz is closed for business except for Iran's allies. And they have basically said the only way that you will be able to get through the Strait of Hormuz is if you pay in Chinese currency, which is the Yemen, I think.
Yemen.
So are they trying to put a squeeze on the American dollar so that we're no longer a superpower? Like, it kind of feels like, and the fact that none of these other countries, which we're going to talk about a little bit later in the show, is coming to help us. I mean, it's looking like people are trying to ostracize America as a whole, and
I think they want us to fall in line.
Yeah, they gonna humble us. They said we gonna humble y'all.
Americans ain't playing with a full deck, okay? Because we ain't going. It's a lot of people, baby. You gonna have to go through. Because Americans, they're off the chain. A lot of them are out of control, and they're just not going to bow down to these policies and procedures that these corporations and the Agent Orange administration trying to implement. So I'm going to see who's going to win. I'm going to bet on the American public. Who you betting on?
I'm definitely betting on the American public. I think this is what we was made for. This moment, it was meant to happen.
We ain't complying.
So
we will deny, but we are not gonna comply. And hey, shout out to Foxy for joining us tonight. Hey, Foxy, hope you feeling better.
You would never see me. And what's up, Foxy? What's good? Yeah, you would never see me bowing down and capitulating to no orange dementia patient. All right, but
with fat ankles.
We ain't gonna. I mean, this is almost the whole video. If you guys want to see the entire, conversation, you can go and subscribe to Karen Hunter's YouTube channel. But the next video that I think we're gonna talk about, guys, and this is gonna be for you ladies out there. This is where you guys need to be paying attention, because this is actually your rights that
But hold them up, ladies. Y'all may want to go get y'all a drink right now. Do we need to do an intermission so y'all can get a drink?
Okay.
Especially our young ladies, cause baby, Agent Orange they got an agenda for you.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling. I mean, it would be great for a movie, but
Handmaid's Tale.
In fact, I think they made one, right? They already got there. But it's a little bit worse.
Yeah, they already made the movie, so now they're going to follow the script.
My Project 2025 actually never went away. If you thought that the Heritage Foundation, the group behind the radical governing blueprint known as Project 2025, was finished dismantling American democracy, think again. Now they're turning their sights even more keenly on America's women. The same movement that drafted a plan to remake and undo much of the federal government has now unveiled a chilling new manifesto, one that is aimed at making it harder for women to work, harder for them to live independently, and easier to push them back into financial dependence on husbands or fathers. This is not hyperbole, in the same way that Project 2025 wasn't hyperbole, though plenty of critics dismissed it as such, especially as Trump himself disingenuously disavowed it. 1 year into Trump's second term, groups tracking his administration say that roughly half of Project 2025 has already been implemented. That includes dismantling federal diversity and inclusion programs, dramatically expanding immigration enforcement, rolling back environmental protections, eliminating federal funding for public broadcasters like NPR and PBS, and so much more. That blueprint also called for authorizing military troops to help seal the border, removing immigration enforcement protections from places like schools and churches, and dramatically expanding immigration detention facilities. If there's one lesson to take from all of this, it's this. Do not underestimate the determination of this movement or its hostility toward liberal values and the expansion of democratic rights for groups that they see as outsiders. And they see women as outsiders. Their latest document, Saving America by Saving the Family, a foundation for the next 250 years. You got to give it to these people. They think big. It was published in January. Its purported goal is to reverse the country's declining birth rate. And you can't physically force women, if you can't physically force women to have babies, which is what abortion restrictions aim to do, you can design government policies that pressure women into having more babies. It's not exactly rocket science, at least not from the perspective of the ordinary caveman. You cut off opportunities outside the home. You make the public sphere hostile to women's independence. You create a system where the only viable path left for women is dependence on a man for survival. In other words, you drag the country back to a time when women had fewer choices. If Project 2025 laid out how a conservative administration could reshape the machinery of government, this new blueprint lays out the social vision behind it, a plan for what American family life should look like. And when you strip away the soft language about family values, what its proposals would actually accomplish, if carried out, is the rollback of decades of women's freedom. According to its authors, the reason women are having fewer children is simple: feminism. The Heritage Foundation blames the feminist movement for encouraging women to rethink their relationship to men, marriage, children, and family. According to the document, quote, those two forces, big government liberalism and second-wave feminism, combined to radically change how men and women thought about their roles in the home, end quote. In other words, women today have too many choices.
Pause.
You see, I already Louis. We on.
The hell is he talking about?
Baby,
let me just explain something to you. Now, that's why I call it the Handmaid tale. Because just like, Ali Vesey just said, and shout out to MS Now for this news clip. They're trying to take us back to the 1900s, ladies. And so I hope all the MAGA women that voted for Agent Orange, I hope you're happy now, because this is what you're doing to your daughters, your granddaughters, your nieces, and your great nieces and your grandkids. Okay. So now, according to these policies, they're not going to even have the same rights that we have today. Like you said, it took them 50 years to roll back abortion. They've been working on that since the 1970s. So they finally got that accomplished. And so now they're finna come after everything, all the other rights that women have. And so, one of the reasons why Jasmine Crockett didn't win is because of this misogynistic attitude that they have. They don't want women in charge. They don't want women educated. They don't want women in the workplace. They want women at home barefoot and pregnant. And who the hell are they to tell a woman what she can do and what she can't do?
well, that's exactly what they laid out, what a woman can and can't do. And they said it was because y'all wanted to have rights and be looked at as equal. That's where the problem came in.
And I know so many women that work and have families, so I don't know where they're getting their logic and their thinking. But really, this is all about them feeling like that the white race is dissipating. And so really, Project 2025, because there's not enough white women having babies, every woman have to pay for the seeing quote unquote of the white woman according to them. And I'm pretty sure it is a lot of more women that are educated than men.
Well, I'm gonna say this before you say that. If white woman, and again, this is just my opinion, but if white women probably didn't have to worry about the disgusting, um, abusive, and more than just sexually, mentally, like physically, if they didn't have to worry about that from these men, then they probably would be more encouraged to have incentivized to have babies with y'all. But y'all are some depraved people, especially when you have power.
Right. And the men,
So,
if the men's were menin, maybe somebody would want to date them
and
and have
then they're
that
cucking
child.
on the world stage. These white men are showing how much of a pussy of the woman they really are, because none of them are actually man enough to stand up to one man. A orange, dementia ridden, swollen ankle, bruised arm, and bruised hand. This man looks like he is
One foot
on
in
the
the grave,
verge.
1 foot in the grave, and 1 foot on
and
this side
y'all
of the earth.
and y'all are in a fucking public meeting going down the row licking this man's crack, seeing which one of y'all can get the deepest.
Right.
Like, what the hell is going on?
And
And
he got
y'all want women to want to have babies by y'all?
and he got three or four. He got four baby mamas. What president do you know got all these different baby mamas
Yeah.
and marriages and shit? But because he's a white man, he should be in charge because it's just better to have a white man in charge than it is to have a brown person in charge, whether it's woman or man. And so these people don't lost their rabbit minds is what they've basically done. And I can't see women allowing this to happen to them because see, first he was trying to rain hell on the black people and the brown people, and now you're coming after women. So
Right.
what
Right. These
what is the
people,
logic to this?
there's no end, there's no limit. Nothing will make them happy. And the only thing that
Right.
will make them even if the thing is, even once they get everything that they want, they are going
Mhm.
to implode and start going after each other.
Yeah,
It's a race to the bottom. Just like right now, JD Vance is trying to distance himself from Trump right now. He started
exactly.
off against Trump. I mean, these people, they have no morals, no moral standing. Like, if they are willing to go as low as it takes until literally the world is over. Because guess what? That is the biggest issue that people have with this war. The threat that one of them, with Donald Trump in office, with Netanyahu willing to just wipe out countries, we see what he's done to Gaza, that they may be the ones to say, okay, let's go ahead and pull the trigger. And you know what I'm saying? This is the type. These people are so low-lifed and don't care about nobody but themselves that they will end the civilization as we know it
But the
for their
ironic,
ego.
but the ironic part is now you went and kidnapped Maduro because you said you didn't like his policies and he was oppressing his people, right? Then you
Right.
turn around and rage war on Iran because you said they had a
But you
bad
still
president.
like you still
But
steal their
but
oil though. You
no no
still
no.
steal their oil,
You stealing their
Venezuela.
oil, but also you stealing their policies. These are policies of Iran and Venezuela and third world countries are the policies that they're trying to implement in America. Iran women got to wear what is that the what is that thing called the
The
hijab,
hijab.
on their head so that they can't show their faces, and they got to wear these long dresses so that it won't entice men. That's the whole purpose of them covering themselves up so that men can behave and they won't get tempted. So basically that's why they have to dress the way that they dress. And so you're trying to you're raging war on these other countries, but you're also trying to implement their policies in America, and it ain't gonna work, partner. It's not gonna work.
He
Hey, Vaughn,
wants to be a dictator and he wants to align himself with all the dictators of the world. That's the reason why he thinks that it's cool that him and Kim Jong Un are good friends. He thinks it's cool that him and Putin are good friends. He thinks that it's cool that him and Netanyahu are plotting together to go to do a war that they try to portray in the PlayStation Call of Duty format on social media. He think all this is like this is cool, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So he is not serious, and he is going to be the reason why America is no longer a superpower. If we allow him to be in office for another year or two, just imagine what has happened within 1 year. 1 year, everybody, we are in a war that nobody is willing to help us fight. Like,
All of our allies and friends, that we used to have.
so but we have deflected. Let's look at this what he's doing to these women, because again, y'all, this could potentially affect all of you if you're a woman and your offspring, your kids, and the next generation after them.
And the next generation.
250
They said
years.
250 years, so that's several. What is that? 6 or 7 generations that they're trying to implement this crap on.
Right.
All right.
Your daughters and granddaughters can dream too big in America and, God forbid, pursue opportunities outside the home. From the perspective of the new right, those freedoms aren't progress. They are, in fact, the problem. So the solution the right proposes is to make those choices harder for women, much, much harder. Quote, the state and federal governments should recognize the natural differences between men and women. They should also preserve this distinction between the sexes in law. Preserve this distinction between the sexes in law. The law should discriminate against women. Put them back in their place. The plan goes on to discourage women from higher education, arguing that college delays marriage and reduces fertility, and it frames contraception itself as part of this so-called crisis. Quote, as nations industrialize, several factors conspire to reduce birth rates. These include the proliferation of birth control, more prospects for women to receive higher education and work outside the home, the delayed financial independence of young adults, and the government's role in old age Social Security, end quote. Translation? Women controlling their own fertility, women seeking higher education, women working outside the home, it's all just bad. But the agenda goes even further than that. The report calls for reshaping tax policy to reward large married families while cutting support for single mothers. This is taken right from Hungary's playbook, which offers income tax reductions for each additional child that you have. If you have 5 children in Hungary, you pay no tax. Unsurprisingly, no one took up the offer because no one actually wants to have 5 children in 2026. So Hungary reduced it to a tax-free life for just having 3 children starting last year. That too has failed because nobody wants 3 children in 2026 either.
So
starting this year, if you have just a paltry 2 children in Hungary.
See, that's the stupidity of capitalism. You know, that they always want more, suck as much money as they possibly can out of the public. But they don't understand that the more money that you take, the less that these people can spend. I mean, the less that these people can buy. The more it takes to buy the stuff, the less they can buy. And eventually it's going to collapse.
And at the end of the day, they're not doing, they're so pro-right. They're so pro-life, right? Oh, we just want everybody to have a baby. You haven't said anything about helping a woman when she go to the hospital to have that baby, because it costs about $50,000 to have a baby now, $50,000 to $100,000 depending on what hospital and what care you need. You're not talking about anything about helping them feed the kids, clothe the kids. You're not talking about giving them a monthly stipend for the kids. But you want the American public to have 3 and 4 or 5 kids, but they're on there, and the woman can't work. The man, and when a man work these days, just your everyday blue collar man works, he barely can take care of his family. So is everybody gonna starve to death, off this blue collar job that because you don't want nobody, you don't want the women educated to help out, with the household. And so this man that's making $10 or $15, $20 an hour is supposed to take care of 4 or 5 kids?
It's impossible.
It's stupid.
These families, these 2 household families with 2 parents that's working, they
Right.
still barely able to, get by. It's still, 1 check away. They say 60% of the country is 1 paycheck away.
From being homeless
Exactly.
and broke and in poverty and starving.
You pay no income tax for life. And since young women getting educated and staying unmarried are the real scourge of a society, starting this year in Hungary, if you're under 30 and you bring just 1 single life into this world, the rest of your happy maternal Hungarian life is tax-free.
Wow.
But I digress, because this isn't quite Hungary yet. Here in America, this proposal, akin to Hungary's, proposes eliminating child care incentives that help women work outside the home. It supports legal frameworks that could effectively ban in vitro fertilization by granting legal rights to embryos from the moment of fertilization.
Wow.
It criticizes no-fault divorce, the laws that make it easier for women to leave abusive marriages. Taken together, the America they envision looks very different from the one most Americans live in today, a society organized around a rigid patriarchal structure, men as providers, women as dependents, and very few ways out. Consider this line from the report, which attempts to explain the country's declining birth rate. Quote, today's adults may favor autonomy and personal development over raising children more than earlier generations did. Thus, greater opportunity cost rather than the greater actual cost might be a better explanation. Translation? Women today have opportunities their grandmothers could only dream of. They can pursue education, careers, independence, lives that extend beyond marriage and motherhood. From the perspective of the new right, that's the crisis. As the writer Jill Filipovich has warned, quote, they see women being able to control our own fertility as the root of the problem. They're right. Women being able to control our own fertility is one of the most powerful tools women have for independence. Women who cannot control their own fertility are under greater patriarchal control. The right has already succeeded in stripping the right to abortion from American women. It was never about saving babies. It was entirely about forcing women back into submission. Trust that when they identify contraception as a tool that shoulders a large share of the blame for the present malady, they are telling you that they are coming for contraception next. Historically speaking, we've seen versions of this before. In the 1920s, Benito Mussolini launched a campaign in fascist Italy known as the Battle for Births. The goal was to increase the population and strengthen the nation. Women were pushed out of jobs. Families were rewarded for having more children. Motherhood was glorified, while women's independence was deliberately restricted. The new rights version is wrapped in the language of religious revival and family stability. But underlying logic is strikingly similar. If women aren't producing enough children, the answer is not to make parenthood easier with things like childcare and paternal and maternal leave and education subsidies. The answer is to make women's independence harder. And the people promoting this vision aren't even hiding their goals. Scott Yenner, a conservative political scientist recently appointed to a senior leadership role at the Heritage Foundation, has described universities as the citadels of our gynecocracy, meaning a society run by women. He argues that higher education should be de-emphasized in order to advance what he calls family matters. Wow. In a 2021 speech at the National Conservatism Conference, he went even further, suggesting that women should be pushed out of large parts of the workforce.
Every effort must be made not to recruit women into engineering, but rather to recruit and demand more of men who become engineers. Ditto for med school and the law and every trade.
First off, this man don't even like women. Why is he speaking for what a woman can and can't do?
He don't like women.
You know this man don't like no damn women.
Ooh, he like men.
So and you know what? His racist ass probably like big black burly men, you know.
Not burly.
Yeah.
He's so silly.
Nobel Prize winner is a man. That's not a failure. It's kind of a cause for celebration.
I bet it is for him. Look, see, he's salivating, thinking of a
He's celebrating.
big old man being. That's what I'm saying.
But at the end of the day, if they want to implement all of this, you want to take contraception away, then I think it's going to be a bunch of blue testicles walking around here. Okay. And nobody is getting married. You make it hard for a woman to get a divorce. Women are not going to get married to these dudes. So y'all can try to implement whatever you want to implement, but women still have a right over their own body and what they want to do with their body. So how about they don't have to sleep with y'all? They don't have to sleep with y'all, and they damn sure don't have to walk down the aisle with y'all.
That's what I'm saying. These people so stupid.
Right.
They be thinking that,
Wait a minute. They think they got a problem with LGBTQ right now. All you doing is going to exacerbate that. Okay. Baby, bring the parade on, because it's gonna be a rainbow parade up in this bug.
And that's what I'm saying about these people. They be thinking they gonna force something to happen. They think they got the power to make something happen, make it reality.
Right.
And it always backfires on them. Just like dumb Donald, what you call him, the orange
Agent Orange.
Agent Orange. Cankles make taco tits. Because he always tacos out.
Right.
Trump always chickens out. So he went all the way out to this Iran, and now we got the straight clothes. He didn't account for that. He could tell you whatever he wanted to tell you. That man did not account for the straight home, which was the most basic thing, the thing that probably prevented most of the people, most of the administrations prior to us from not even doing it, because they're like, okay, we got to do a cost, is this worth, us taking this risk? And at the end of the day, why would you wait till we $37 trillion in debt and then put us through the most expensive war in American history?
And then try to rain down the most Germanian policies that you can, put on the American public.
But see, now what's happening is he out for this last year, he was belittling and humiliating and trolling all these countries, and then his dumb, old dementia-ridden ass gonna get his ass on camera and try to beg these people, and not even beg, but demand these other countries to come help him fight a war that he started. He didn't consult with none of them people prior to it, but now he demanding that they come and help him, sir.
Right. And one of our subscribers just brought up a great question. How we gonna have babies if all the men at war, and possibly half of them ain't gonna make it back?
And the way that they about to make this economy go, if they have men doing only men working, they can be working about 17 hours a day. They ain't gonna have no time they goddamn self to have sex.
And then let me just put another little spin on this. Do everybody remember World War II? Who had to run the country while the men were at war in World War II? Was it not who? The women building the machines and keeping America going while the men were at war. So if you're going to rain down World War III and you want the women to stay at home, who's going to run the country? Who's going to make money for all these extra greedy ass corporations? Because you got the immigrant, you got the immigrants in concentration camps. You done ran all of them out the country, so you done locked all of them up and started deporting them. You're detaining them. You said the women need to stay at home, and now you may even implement a draft. So this is the stupidest, most stupid policy and administration that I've ever seen in my time of living or reading.
He talk about low IQ. Sometimes I wonder if he even know how to spell IQ. That's how dumb I think Donald Trump is.
Oh, he don't even. Let me be quiet.
It's like spell it.
IQ,
Donald Trump.
Do he even have an IQ? Hell, do he even have an IQ? Is what I want to know.
They take brain cells and
Yeah, today they asked him about his advisors. Today they asked
Celebration
him
of-
about his advisors. He's like, I don't need no advisors. Every damn president that we have in every other country that run a country, a prime minister or president, everybody have advisors because no one person know everything. How
Unless
could you?
these people, because these people are real stupid, they let him think that. I
Right.
mean, they really follow behind everything that he say.
You're right.
Either we
male excellence in sports
not male
be
excellence
translated
in
into all
sports.
facets of life.
Oh,
More successful men will mean more happy citizenry and a stronger nation.
Happy men equal a strong nation.
I think if you, why he did that, but I think that if you just raise the wages, stop cutting, medical benefits for people. Don't cut the what is it? SNAP benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Make it easier for people to buy houses and stuff. Those are the things that'll make people have a happier life.
Mm-hmm. Like take some of these homeless people off the streets and give them a job and let them start over again. Help them out. Walk them through the process. Okay.
Right.
Help them get an ID. Help them go find a job. Educate them. Give them a training. Train them so that they can do a job. So they can become productive citizens. Because all homeless people are not just lazy and homeless. Some of them just got kicked out their house because they fell on hard times and they lost everything for whatever reason. And some of it is medical because you don't want to give health care to everybody. So there's a way to run a country.
And y'all, just so you know, if y'all are homeless and y'all in the chat, I said what I said is offering a few of her rooms in her home. So y'all go.
Now, what I can offer is some free resources so that you can help get you on your feet.
I can print a paper for you and direct you to the.
And Minion got a few rooms he can offer y'all too because he lives alone also. So he got a few rooms too. So let's just go ahead and throw that out there. So you're gonna put me in the forefront. Let's put you out there too. But no, though, you need some policies to help uplift people, not try to continue, not try to oppress them and push them down in the dirt further than what they are. Because these policies is just gonna make people. You're gonna see more homelessness. You're gonna see more people starving. You're gonna see more people dying for the lack of health care. Every policy that this guy has implemented has hurt the American public. Okay. And the only people that's profiting after this
administration, out of a war, that'll keep us a little. I mean, who would be upset if we weren't in war? Didn't have to send our kids,
and nephews and grandkids and shit,
to fight for another country.
And if they don't have enough, he won't even make the commitment. Which his commitments mean nothing anyway, because when he says something, you never can believe it. He changes his mind at the drop of a dime. Mm-hmm. But he won't even make the commitment that he's not going to draft people. So the draft is next in my opinion, allegedly.
Yeah. Well, we got a little more to go.
Gets better, by the way, in that same speech. That's a serious speech. It's not a satire. Yenner attacked women who prioritize careers over family and revealed something else about his thinking that should frighten everyone. Listen.
Such medicated, quarrelsome, and meddlesome women gain their meaning through the seeming participation in the global project.
Baby.
I don't know if I'm going to get through this clip.
But not new life. Such women.
Wow. 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 Let me see if I can go back a little bit because
please don't go back. Please don't.
No, I got it. I can't even believe that just came out of his mouth.
Meddlesome women.
Meddlesome. I mean, it's the choice of words that he's using that is the most disturbing part of it.
Right. Yes, Cyber Dreams. This is the Heritage Foundation leader that's talking.
National conservatism.
Yeah, this the Republican shit. This is MAGA. This is what MAGA voted for.
Meddlesome women. Facets of life. More successful men will mean more happy citizenry and a stronger nation.
for the men. They don't care about the women happiness.
By the way, in that same speech, that's a serious speech. It's not a satire. Yenner attacked women who prioritize careers over family and revealed something else about his thinking that should frighten everyone. Listen.
Such medicated, quarrelsome, and meddlesome women.
Such medicated, quarrels, because I wanted to get all the words that he used. Meddlesome, quarrelsome, and medicated women. What? That is insane.
Gain their meaning through the seeming participation in the global project. They are agents of the new world, but not new life.
Agents?
Such women are now the backbone of every left-wing cosmopolitan party in the Western world, from the Greens in Germany to the Democratic Party in America. And if our ideal woman is a childless media scold or a barren bureaucratic apparatchik, there is no question whether we can have a future.
It's these adjectives that they
Who is this? Where did this dude come from? The fuck he mean barren women? Can you say? I mean, can you just try to put us down even more? Barren.
If you just say barren, that is crazy. These words are outrageous. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if we can get through this clip. I promise I don't know if I can get through his speech. Because this dude he done lost his damn rabbit mind is what he done lost. he done lost his rabbit mind
behind him. So.
And one thing that Leo lady said earlier in this chat, the younger women are not gonna Gen Z, they're not going for this BS. Gen Z don't even want to go by the rules that we live by now. You think that they're going to go for this crap that they're trying to pull now?
Hell no.
They don't even want to follow the rules. They don't want to follow the rules that's implemented now the way that we live
women,
now.
The women that did used to go through that shit and accept that shit don't accept it no more.
That's why we had feminism in the 1970s, so that we could not have to worry about being oppressed to a man.
Yeah.
That was the whole reason why women stood up. And that's the reason why women stood up in the 20s, so that they can vote, because they were tired of men, telling them what to do and running their lives. And so
these Republicans
if
made
this
it
is
all
making America, if this is making America great again, then
it's great for who? It seems like they only trying to make it great for one subset of people.
Yeah,
the white,
one demographic.
Anglo, white. What is it? Christian nationalist man. That's it.
Well,
so that's who they trying to make America great again for. So
yeah. So now we're China, where men are. So
again,
now we're gonna be
not men. Let's be clear. It ain't men. It's just one group.
Well, I'm just saying where men are more important than women. According to these rules, this is how China operate. Because the men is revered higher at a higher rate, higher standard than a woman is in China, and in a lot of other countries too. And so I guess America is trying to draft this same concept where men are, I guess we're gonna have to bow down to them too?
See, this is the reason why we going down, because why in the fuck are we mirroring other lower countries than us? Why are we trying to be like other countries that ain't even as powerful as us? The reason why we have the standing that we have is because of the progressive nature of our democracy. Like, it allows for women to be able to have a vote, and people have taken that model and adopted it in their country. So the fact that we're trying to, look at other people and trying to take from what they're doing and implement it where we're at is outrageous. Like, why are we doing that?
Yeah, and what day was he on Epstein Island? Because I agree with you, subscriber. What day? What do we got any pictures of him being on the Epstein Island?
Who?
This dude that's speaking.
Probably we'll have to go through it. We gotta see who.
We can't. There is a question of whether we deserve one.
There is a question of whether we deserve a future. Setting aside the misogyny, contempt dripping from that rant, that line should send a chill down your spine because it reveals something profound about the worldview behind this movement. Who exactly is the we that he's talking about? Certainly not the meddlesome women he condemns for finding meaning outside the home. Yenner seems to believe that he and men like him are fully entitled to dictate and hold ownership over women's futures. And this isn't.
And it's like the medieval like undertone of the way that he wrote that. You know what I mean? Like it just sounds so.
Yeah, he wrote it purposely to sound degrading to women and to give you that third world concept view, of the speech. Yeah, he did that. That was intentional. Hey, Krishna, thank you for being here tonight with us. But yeah, it was very intentional, very intentional. But I don't think the American public is going to buy it, and the women damn sure not going to buy it.
Well, I don't know about that. I found some women on here that they said they don't care about their rights. They don't need no rights. They got what they want. What rights? What else they need? They got it. It's in office right now. So if the rights are removed,
until they're stripped, and then they'll decide that they need them. See, you don't miss your water until your well run dry. The well just ain't dry yet. Okay.
I'll just throw that out there. This same line of thinking now sits inside the leadership ranks of the Heritage Foundation, the same group helping shape policy for the Trump administration. Yenner's comments reveal another political calculation behind this agenda. Educated women and women who make independent decisions about their lives tend to vote Democratic. Yenner seems to think that's because Democrats throw great parties. But the reality is much simpler. Many Americans, men and women, who don't believe society should be organized around patriarchy, racial superiority, or religious nationalism, tend to gravitate toward the party that defends civil rights, pluralism, and personal freedom. For men of the new right like Yenner, policies that push women out of universities, out of the workforce, and out of public life don't just force women back into the home. They fundamentally reshape political power, which is why this agenda is not just about culture. It's about control over women's futures, because these far-right extremists and the movement surrounding Donald Trump, the real problem is women themselves. Women who think. Women who choose. And they may think things and choose things that threaten the power structure of the new right. So their answer is to push women back into their place, to strip away their autonomy, to push them out of public life, to narrow the futures available to them. Ultimately, this agenda is not really about solving demographic decline. If increasing the natural replacement rate was the actual goal, the proposals would actually look very different. Countries around the world face falling birth rates, and they've taken very different approaches. They expand childcare. They guarantee paid paternal leave for mothers, maternal or paternal leave for mothers and for fathers.
Right.
They make housing more affordable. They support working mothers. This plan proposes none of that. Instead, it calls for shrinking the social safety net, especially the programs that allow women to live independently. If women have fewer options, the thinking goes they'll have more children. They'll be bound more tightly to the men in their lives with fewer ways out. This is about dragging the country back to a time when women had only one choice: to submit to men.
Right.
Project 2025 has already shown us how quickly the far right can move their ideas into government policy. And the architects of these plans are not fringe figures. They are inside the administration. The CIA director, John Ratcliffe, the FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, the SEC chair, Paul Atkins, the trade advisor, Peter Navarro, and Russell Vought, one of the chief authors of Project 2025, who now runs the office that oversees the federal budget. The men behind this draconian vision are already in power,
office,
which means the stakes for America's women are very real. But history also tells us something else. As my next guest, Kathy Spiller, puts it, the United States has faced coordinated backlash against women's rights before. And every time women have organized, they've resisted, they have reshaped the nation. The women who fought for...
Well, you just said that. I mean, we're going to leave it there because that's pretty much almost the end of that clip. But yeah, you just said it. Women push back every time, and it's not gonna be this time. It ain't gonna be the way they not gonna get what they think they trying to achieve out of this one.
All I can say is blue testicles
Blue testicles and rainbow
and
flags.
rainbow parades is basically
Okay.
is what they
Uh,
creating. Okay,
uh,
that's what you creating a monster, sir. You creating a monster that you don't want to deal with. Trust me, when y'all already can't stand LGBTQ rainbow parades, and so that's all you doing. You just making the tent bigger.
yep. Yep. Are you gonna push them white women towards black men? Because they don't, yeah, at some point they gonna be like, you know what?
Ooh, sure is, aren't they? They really gonna be. I forgot to even bring that up. Y'all know
That's
y'all
really,
can't
and
stand
that's
that.
another play. Ooh, that's a real good play for the white women. If the
Uh-huh.
white, if they ever do that, just start
Yeah.
having a whole bunch of babies with black men.
Uh-huh.
Uh huh.
Let's mix the whole
Yeah,
dang country
yeah.
up.
It's gonna be a whole
We,
gumbo.
we ain't gonna have nothing. We ain't gonna have nothing but Oreos up in this mother.
Uh,
Oreo
they,
cookies for everybody.
they not gonna know what to do. All right. Well, the next clip we're gonna bring in is your man Paul Lance. Shout out to Paul Lance, guys. If y'all have not done so, um y'all should definitely look up his YouTube channel. He's really, he speaks exactly
How I think.
how what everybody be wanting to say but too scared to say. That's what he
Okay.
says. So
Okay. And this, yeah, he's one of my favorite content creators on YouTube right now. So that's why I come in. You call him my man because yeah, I watch him daily.
yes, and I love his content as well. So y'all make sure y'all look at his channel. But yes, he's gonna be talking about basically how disgusting of a piece of shit Donald Trump is, because he's using images from when he disrespected those US soldiers that lost their lives because of a war that we had no business even starting. Um but he wore that cap, and everybody was talking about that, but he uses that picture for a fundraising email so that he can start getting money off the backs of these dead soldiers.
Well, hell, what hasn't he tainted? He
Yeah, I
done
mean, ain't no
everything.
low. He
Everything he
won't know.
touches, he taints it.
That man, and he turns everything. He like the opposite of the Midas touch. You know how everything he touched turned into gold.
Uh huh.
Everything he touched turns into shit. Like,
Right. That part.
yeah.
That part. And he trying to run the damn country like it's the game
And
show
you
The
see what
Apprentice.
our country turning into.
Yeah, cause we got a damn. He think this. I think he think he's on The Apprentice. I really feel like he think he's on that show for real.
Well, if he's on that show, this show is getting failing ratings, sir, and it's about to be canceled. So, but let's look at Paul Lynch and see what he got to say.
The grand wizard, rapist, pitiful excuse for a man that craps his diapers and wears orange makeup literally sent out a mailer with an image of him disrespecting our soldiers wearing his shitty ass made in China USA hat, while soldiers actually gave their lives for this country in Iran. While this little bitch of a man was too much of a coward to serve and had his dad pay a doctor to lie about bone spurs because he's a weak little bitch. This is what his email says. For the first time ever, I'm opening up spots for the National Security Briefing membership. But there's only very few spots remaining.
Oh, I got it wrong. He was trying to fundraise to get money. Well, no, he's trying to scam these people out of money
Yeah, he's trying to grift off of these servicemen's
off the
debt.
presidency,
Mm-hmm.
off off the presidency,
Yeah,
to get people to give him money so that they can get inside intelligence.
which is totally illegal.
What?
You got people
What?
serving time right now for sharing classified documents. But he gonna share them with the American public if they
for the right price.
Yeah, if they hurry up and secure a spot, because the spots are limited.
Oh my.
As a national security briefing membership, you'll receive my private national security briefings, unfiltered updates on the threats facing America, the straight truth on border invasions, foreign invasions, deep state sabotage, and every danger the fake news hides. You'll get the inside scoop direct from me, President Dumbass, the leader who's rebuilt the greatest military in history and put America first like no other. I'm the strong commander who stares down tyrants. You mean murders little girls in schools?
Oh.
Obliterates terrorists and never backs down. Spots are extremely limited to keep it powerful and focused. They're running out fast since this just is public. Once they're filled, there's no more exceptions. Join now. Yeah, I'm sure if 200,000 dumbass racist, redneck, white trash racists make donations, I'm sure he's just going to cut it off at 200,000 because, he wants to keep it really small because it's not about the money at all. This is him. No new wars?
That's crazy.
You've already bombed Iran twice.
And now
we're going to put boots on.
It's so crazy because now he using the fact that we in a war to not sell that there's secret intelligence that people can be privy to for the right price.
Right.
He is using the war to line his pockets even more, as if the $5 billion that he done grifted off of us wasn't enough.
Now he needs some more. He needs to fill up all his pockets. That $5 billion just filled up 2 of them pockets. I guess he want to fill them back pockets up also. And this is the type of person that will send him that money right there on the screen. That's who's gonna solidify him a spot in this grifting email. I'm pretty sure he received his.
Right. Exactly. He already sent his donation. It wasn't enough. Send some more.
Probably when he get out of office, I wonder is he gonna get him a YouTube page too?
He probably, of course.
So he could grift off the people.
Of course. That's just natural.
On the ground. Now we're asking to bring in other countries to protect the stupidity of this idiot in the White House. And once again, he's shitting on our soldiers. It's bad enough that he insulted John McCain and you dumbasses, especially you in the military. What the fuck is wrong with you people? He literally insulted John McCain, who was a prisoner of war. He's a goddamn hero. I voted for him. He's a decent person. He was a decent person. I don't care if he's Republican or Democrat. He was a decent person, and you ignored it. This guy pretended to have bone spurs because he was too much of a coward. He called our troops suckers and losers. He stood there on Normandy Beach and looked at the people on the ground and said, what the hell was in it for them? And what's in it for him is, once again, shitting on our military and using their deaths to make him a couple of fucking dollars. It's disgusting. This is why he left the Republican Party in part. There is no moral bottom for the Republican Party. As long as you're white, it doesn't matter. You can rape women, be a felon, tax fraud.
Yeah.
Monetize and grift off our dead soldiers. Go to a new war that you promised we wouldn't have. Tank the economy. Raise gas prices. Look at teenagers naked at 15 years old. Be sued by 13-year-olds for raping them. Doesn't matter, right? He's white. America first. And as long as he feeds into your stupidity, right? Flags, freedom, 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 guns, Second Amendment, freedom, God, freedom, God. As long as you hear all the nationalistic bullshit, you don't care. It gives you goosebumps. Ooh, I feel so strong. He literally bombed a school and 180 young girls are dead. And I don't hear any of you pro-life Christians out there. Pro-life, pro-life, pro-life. I have to vote for Trump because I'm pro-life. He doesn't give a shit about the lives of these soldiers. He doesn't care about the lives of the dead girls. He doesn't care about the lives of the women that he raped or the girls that he molested. He doesn't care about the lives of the officers on January 6th. Whose fucking life does he care for? His own.
Exactly.
And you're too stupid.
Big facts. Big facts. All he care about is himself.
I wish I had a mic drop sound effect. All right.
Or too racist to realize it. It's a shame. The Republican Party is gone. It is, just call it the Ku Klux Klan. Because that's all it is. And back in the day, that's what the Klan did.
Well, you know, the Ku Klux Klan, they, are started off from a Protestant origins.
Mm-hmm.
And so, the president, he said he is Protestant.
Mm-hmm.
So you never know.
They would go to church and say, God first. They would burn crosses in the name of Jesus. How many people assaulted MLK in the name of Jesus? Or owned slaves in the name of Jesus? Because that's what this country's done since 1619. Is they've committed any kind of atrocity, cruelty, immorality. But if you're white, who gives a shit, right?
Right.
As long as you're the right color. Have yourself a white day.
If it's white, then it's right. According to MAGA and Agent Orange.
Well, okay.
Paul just be preaching. I love Paul because he tells the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
And
it looks like it's more of a video. I don't know if this is like two videos in one, but
I think it's the same video. He have a little bit extra in there, but he's kind of basically repeating himself on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess he kind of got mad and just,
well,
was on a tangent.
Adam Mockler also came out with a video talking about how apathetic and just like dismissive Trump is in regards to the troops and the ones that lost their lives in particular. So, let's
concern every single American citizen how recklessly apathetic our current president is towards U.S. service members dying in a war that he started. Last night, Donald Trump snapped at almost every single reporter on Air Force One, calling them fake news, saying they don't deserve to be on this plane, simply because they were asking him about the U.S. service members who died, the cost of life, the economic cost, and what's happening with the future of this Iranian war. This man does not know what is happening. He does not have a plan, and the 25th Amendment needs to be invoked right now. Section 4 specifically of the 25th Amendment allows the president to be removed when he no longer is serving the interests of the country due to being incapacitated, due to having some sort of mental break, and we are far past this mental break. Donald Trump is frothing at the mouth, spitting all over on Air Force One, while his hands and ankles are swollen to the size of a balloon because every single morning he rubs orange concealer on his face rather than actually, taking care of himself. Or is it bronzer? Is it bronzer or concealer? It doesn't matter at this point. But let me zoom in to his ankles in this photo right here.
Makeup. That's what
his left ankle in the photo is startlingly swollen. That is startling.
And I mean, if
he got static. He got them compression socks on because compression socks give you static, and that's why them pants is sticking to those legs like that.
And it's crazy because even with the compression socks, look how big that ankle is. So just imagine without them compression socks,
how fat
that ankle would be. Yeah, it would look like he had bell bottoms on.
It looked like a can of biscuits, don't it?
Yeah.
How you first open the biscuits up and they're getting ready to pop out. That's what they look like to me.
Exactly.
Like you just opened up a can of biscuits.
Right. And they pop. Not just a can of biscuits. They also pop.
Pillsbury Doughboy ass ankles.
Swollen that left ankle. The United States president is struggling from health issues, But that is only compounding his already narcissistic behavior that we see displayed in these clips right here. We have no time to waste and so much to cover as the President of the United States loses his mind during a war that he started. So make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed. We are pushing closer and closer to 2 million subscribers. That's because of you all. I'm so incredibly proud of what we built, a Gen Z built media company made for people of all ages to fight for our country. So thank you all. And let's just start with Donald Trump straight up ignoring a question about the 6 service members who passed in a flight. He ignores this question.
Do you have a comment on the 6 service members who passed last week?
Let me play this one more time. Somebody asked him, do you have a comment on the 6 service members? And he goes, well, who else wants to ask a question?
Do you have a comment on the 6 service members who passed last week?
What do you want to see in that deal? Because earlier you said despicable.
Just despicable. She said, do you have a comment on the 6 service members? She didn't even ask a hard question.
Mm-hmm.
He could have said, well, our prayers go out to their family.
Something. He don't give a shit about those people being over there getting killed. As long as it ain't him and his family, he could care less. And
but
that's
but
what
we know he don't care. We know that. We ain't stupid. But you could still say something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, say something to act like you do, like you at least care a little bit. But he could care less though. And that's what he does.
He don't even care enough to try to convince. Oh, I'm sorry.
When someone asks him a question, it's gaslighting 101 or either insult, just like the rest of the MAGA people do. They never have any solutions. They all have nothing but insults. And ask him anything, and he'll swear he ain't never heard about it. He don't know nothing about it. He hear no evil, see no evil, and fear no evil. Let him tell it.
Or he'll change the story up each time you ask him.
Yeah, or he'll change the story. Just like he did. Next question. Just avoid it's avoidance.
No, because one day it may be an excursion, one day it may be a war, one day we may be at one. Next day we may need the entire world to step in to help us out. So it's just like you never know where we stand or what is really going on when it comes with him, even if he do, give an answer. Like I said, we know he don't care, but at least can you at least play the role like you do? He's so fucking disrespectful. He cares so little about his base because we already know he don't give a fuck about us.
Right.
But he cares so little about MAGA. That's why he said, you only got to vote for me. You only got to vote one more time. After that, I don't even need y'all after that.
Well, shit, if you're going to implement Project 2025, then he's absolutely right because, the women ain't going to be able to vote. They're going to have to depend on their man for everything. So, the man going to have to vote for the whole family like they used to do in the 1800s.
Right.
And so, yeah, if you implement Project 2025, he's absolutely right. You won't have to vote again. Because he's gonna make sure he's doing everything he can to try to fix the election before the election. Part of the reason allegedly is why we're in this war, just so that he could try to stop the midterms, because he already knows the way the elections have been going so far, all the special elections, the Democrats are winning in red areas, and they're afraid now. The Republicans are afraid, so they're doing everything they can to try to stop the vote, try to do extensive voter suppression and. Go ahead.
And to conceal the Trumpstein files. Don't forget the Trumpstein files.
Oh yeah. The Trumpstein files.
So
that's always on his mind. But Iran said they got some files for us that they're gonna throw out there. So I'm just
Putin got some files too. I know Putin got some files. Yeah, and maybe not even the ones from Epstein. He probably got some other files. So
right. And Putin getting mad at him because Putin ain't, everybody losing money because of this stupid war that he's caused.
Donald Trump is literally all the dictators in the world's bitch. He is getting dog walked by every dictator on earth. Everybody is winning but Donald Trump. Do you know the price of oil has went up? So you know who is now seeing a snowfall of a windfall of sales and increasing in profit because of their oil sales. Russia. Yeah, Russia.
Yeah, Russia is profiting, and China.
And China's still getting oil from Iran
Mm-hmm.
to the point where, like I said, Iran said y'all can't even come through the strait unless you using Chinese currency. So everybody around us is winning. They are winning. They are building their economies.
Going through
They ain't in no
through
war.
they going through the Hormuz canal.
Yeah. Going through the strait,
Yeah,
yeah.
going through the street, just business as usual. And America stuck. America
and then
stuck.
and then
American
America,
Israel is stuck like Chuck.
and then we up here. Can y'all come over here and help us? Don't y'all see us struggling over here? We trying to get this straight open for y'all.
Ain't nobody gonna come
And they
rescue us and help
and
us.
they, and they like, nah, we just sitting back. Go give me another bag of popcorn.
They're gonna be like,
And,
no, they're gonna be like, we can't help no pedophiles and grifters and shit. So no, we ain't gonna be able to help
you're
y'all.
all right.
Y'all own.
All right. Good luck. No, break a
Just
leg.
embarrassing. It's just embarrassing,
Start off with there will be no nuclear weapons. That's where it starts. And then on top of that, there's plenty of things that we're going to get.
That is the commander-in-chief of our military. That is a two-term United States president who can't even give an answer about service members dying. ABC then asks him, can you say why we're sending 5,000 Marines and sailors over to the Middle East? And Trump then snaps on that reporter.
Can you explain why we're sending 5,000 Marines and sailors? Can you explain why you're
very obnoxious person. Go ahead, what were you going to say?
Someone commented, he acts exactly as you'd expect a sexual predator to act, doesn't he? And yes, I point this out all the time. The power dynamics that Donald Trump exhibits, especially around women reporters, is so incredibly weird. But even around anybody of any sex, Donald Trump loves to use his power dynamics to shut other people up and doesn't take no for an answer. Then Trump gets asked about his own PAC sending out an email, a fundraising email to collect money from his fans that included a photo of the dignified transfer of the service members who died in the war that he started. Just think about how sickening this is. Donald Trump started a war recklessly. He couldn't get out of it as fast as he wanted, so service members ended up dying, over a dozen now. Then he shows up to the dignified transfer for the first 6 U.S. service members that died in a baseball cap, looking around. His eyes were all dodgy, darting around everywhere like he didn't want to be there. Then he goes golfing the next day in the same baseball cap and sends out a photo of himself at the dignified transfer, trying to raise money over the dead bodies of the troops that died under his watch. Then he gets asked about it, and guess what he does? He snaps on the reporter and starts to froth at the mouth and scream at everyone. He says, "This may..."
I love what he's saying, froth at the mouth. Like he rabbit or something.
He froths at the mouth. This is Gen Z right here, y'all.
Okay.
Telling the story. Okay, a babe is telling the lowdown on this.
You got people from all generations, all little, like
yeah. And that's why I said Gen Z ain't going for it.
Nope.
Hey, little sis, thanks for joining us tonight.
News organization on
What's
the planet.
up,
They're terrible. It's hard to hear, but she's asking, hey, your PAC sent on a fundraising email using the dignified transfer. Do you really think that's appropriate?
I was at the dignified transfer, unlike I didn't say it. I mean, somebody would set up.
Oh, he didn't see it, yo.
There's nobody that's better.
Yeah, he never see
He
nothing.
never see anything.
What's good,
Hey,
Chef
Cheryl.
Chevy?
Oh, Chef Chevy. Okay, hey, Chef Chevy, what's up? But yeah, he never hear about anything. He never see anything. Just like he didn't know anything about Project 2025 when he was on the campaign trail. But all of a sudden, we got half of Project 2025 already implemented in this government.
And probably 80% of the damn cabinet is
right.
To the military than me, and all you have to do is look at the election.
That's really his answer. His answer is that there's no one better for the military than him. That's what he says every single time he gets accused of attacking groups. So when he posted an AI photo of Obama as a gorilla, his answer was, there's no one that loves Black Americans more than me. It's just such a bullshit answer.
Look at the kind of votes that we get. Look at the poll numbers. There's nobody that's ever been higher as a president than me
Yeah, 37%. That's bullshit.
He delusional.
You know what ABC is? I think it's
This is called dementia.
news organizations.
Okay, let's just back up for a second here. He just called ABC the most corrupt news organization on the planet. This is about the third or fourth time he's attacked the media or attacked the press right in front of him since he's given this Air Force One interview in the middle of the night. We are currently at...
You know, I would rather, you know, can you highlight three? I miss him too. Because at this point, y'all talking about him sleeping all the time. I would rather a sleeping president than to have to deal with this bullshit that we have to deal with every day, multiple times a day. We don't know what the fuck is going to happen. When you wake up, you got to wake up to chaos and confusion and higher prices.
And bullshit. Don't forget
and
that.
motherfuckers out here disrespectful.
Right.
You know.
War, and our president can't even answer questions. We're at war, and our president is going on long-winded, basically like schizophrenic meltdowns on his Truth Social account in the middle of the night. I'm not even joking. Look at how much Trump posted on Truth Social last night. All
right, so we'll save that. If y'all want to go see the whole clip, I actually, you know, we could skip to the part of the other clip that I wanted to play of him, where he was talking about the other countries. But before we get into that clip, I'm gonna bring Adam Mockler back up on here. But let's look at this, where we're talking about Trump begging the world to help him.
After he done started
is very
all this
dismayed
crap.
with American allies. He's putting a lot of pressure on them. He wants help from them when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran essentially has at a standstill to oil traffic going through there. Oil traffic that doesn't really pertain to the U.S., but it does, because that's how oil is priced. It's a global pricing system, obviously, and it's affecting the U.S. But he's frustrated with American allies.
Numerous countries have told me they're on the way. Some are very enthusiastic about it, and some aren't. Some are countries that we've helped for many, many years. We've protected them from horrible outside sources, and they weren't that enthusiastic. I just want the fake news media and everybody else to remember that that was said, because when...
Why
I've been
do
a
you
big
call them
critic
fake
of
news all the time?
all of the protecting of countries, because I know that we'll protect them.
Yeah, I was referencing them, though.
If we ever needed help,
if
they won't be there for us.
All right. Our reporters are at the White House, Tel Aviv, and New York. They've been listening to the president's remarks. They're covering all different angles of this. I want to bring in CNN's Elena Tree first at the White House. Elena, what stood out to you based on what we heard there?
Yeah, I think really touching on exactly what you just played from the president was really the most notable to me, this idea of his disappointment. And he used that word specifically, Omar and Brianna, to describe the countries, and particularly the NATO allies, that he says are not coming to the United States aid here and trying to help reopen the Strait of Hormuz. I thought, what we heard of him actually yesterday is very much the same kind of threat we're hearing today. It's almost this ominous warning to countries who do not get involved here to send warships to escort these tankers, which is very dangerous, I should point out. We've heard that now from many top military, commanders and whatnot. But this dangerous, helping in this dangerous mission of trying to send these warships to escort these tankers through that very critical Strait of Hormuz. At one point, he said, I think we're going to have some very good help, and I think we're going to be disappointed with some countries, again, getting back to that point. But one thing that very much was clear, and it was a bit clear from that clip you played, is that he continued to talk about this idea of how he's always thought of the NATO alliance almost as being more beneficial for other members than it is for the United States. At one point, he said, I've said for years that why aren't we being reimbursed for what the United States is doing in the Strait of Hormuz? He kept saying, I've been saying that for years. He brought up this point that he believes that when these countries need help from the U.S. is willing to help them, not necessarily the other way around. One thing I do want to be clear on, though, and just some context to all of this, is what has been so interesting about the president calling on these countries to send these warships to help reopen the strait is that this is the first time, really, that we've heard the president be so eager to involve other countries in this war. I'd remind you that when the U.S. first struck Iran, of course, with Israel as well, a lot of these countries said that they were surprised and that they, were kind of caught off guard when that first happened. So I'd keep that in mind here as well. But really, I think this enormous pressure we have seen from President Trump, and I should note as well, someone who has repeatedly mused openly about this idea of withdrawing support from the NATO alliance, this pressure that continues to build. Even so, we still haven't seen a lot of these allies who the president said he wouldn't name, but a lot of these allies come out and say that they would actually send warships. You look at Germany, the UK, Japan, who I should know whose prime minister will be here later at the White House later this week. All of them so far being very cautious about heeding the president's urges here right now.
Members of NATO are responding after President Trump warned that the alliance.
These people got sense and advisors, intelligence.
They got advisors.
They follow guidelines and rules and regulations. Ain't nobody
don't have none, so maybe that
right.
was.
And so they not finna send their people over there to get killed for him. And why would they? So that he can shit on them afterwards, because that's what he's gonna do, and that's what he always does.
He's been doing for the last year. He's been shitting on them for the last year.
Anybody that try to help him out, no matter what does he do? He turns around and he turns on them. No matter what you do, how much you lick his boots, kiss his orange butt, it's never enough and it's never good enough. And anytime anybody try to they look at the Republican Party, they have worshipped this dude for 10 years. And what is he doing? And how has he repaid them? He does nothing but tear them down. If they don't agree with him, he primaries them. He talk about them. He put them on blast on his little social media site. So it's like, he wants to be a king, and you got to bow down to the damn king, or else you're out. You can't have your own mindset. You can't have your own thoughts. You can't have your own, not even your own expertise.
Right. You can only say and do what he tell you. You can say and
right.
do.
Right.
And it's
and he don't know shit from Shinola, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
the fact that they have been reduced to following illiterate, 5-time draft dodging, 34 count felon, convicted felon who is also a pedophile protecting narcissist who's also basically pardoned all the insurrectionists and all the people who have committed fraud.
Well, what you expect? Criminals gonna look out for each other.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what they've been reduced to making sure that they follow and they cannot miss a beat. They better not get out of line, step out of line, and say the wrong thing. It's crazy that is the Republican Party's leader right now. The most
I would even call it a party at this point. I call it the Republican cult. AKA KKK.
Yeah.
Is what they basically are at this point.
Pretty much.
Alliance would face a, quote, very bad future if it doesn't help secure the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the EU's foreign policy chief appeared to agree with President Trump that it is in Europe's interest to keep the strait open, but also added it's, quote, out of NATO's area of action. And a spokesperson for German Chancellor Friedrich Merz struck a more defiant tone, saying it is not NATO's war. Meanwhile, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer spoke about the situation earlier.
We have to reopen the Strait of Hormuz to ensure stability in the market. That is not a simple task. So we're working with all of our allies, including our European partners, to bring together a viable collective plan that can restore freedom of navigation in the region as quickly as possible and ease the economic impacts.
Let's talk about the dynamics here. I want to bring in Jim Townsend. He served as Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for European and NATO policy. Good to see you. I just want to I want to pick up with a little bit of what we heard from the president here in terms of the United States' relationship with NATO. On one hand, asking for help, not just from NATO countries, but from those from the likes of China and Japan as well, but also in the same breath saying the United States doesn't need NATO. And I just wonder, from the European perspective, where is the threshold for actual assistance here, and what do you think it would take to actually get to that point?
Well, it's a great question, and I think there's a lot of confusion about NATO versus NATO allies. But NATO as an institution, if it wanted to go to the Straits, if this was something that NATO agreed, like going to Afghanistan was, NATO could do that. But NATO right now would not have it would never get the votes within the alliance to make this an alliance operation. However, NATO nations can certainly come together in a coalition of the willing and go in there and do what the Prime Minister Starmer was talking about, to go in there and to work with the U.S. Navy and get the straits open. So as far as Europeans are concerned, they realize that this is going to be in their interest because of the price of energy and other economic ramifications. But they're still stung by how they have been addressed by Trump and how the alliance has been addressed in terms of NATO. So there's not a lot of good feelings towards the United States right now, particularly because they were not part of the process in the run-up to this war.
And that's one of the major contrasts here, that in the past we may have seen the United States sort of feel out that support that may be there from allies before taking action.
Exactly. How you just gonna start a war, and you don't know who gonna be able to support you or who is willing to support you. You just think that because you decided to start a war, now these other people supposed to help you. No, that's not how it works, partner.
Well, I think he think that the rest of the world is like the Republican cult.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
everybody worship him.
Everybody worship him. Everybody do what he say do. And he got the world mixed up. The world is not going along with this BS that he's trying to pull. You only got your little lackeys in Congress, that'll do what you say, and they're the only ones that's afraid of you. These other countries are not afraid of you. They're not going to bow down to you, and they're damn sure not going to help you. And you started it. Now you got to get you got yourself in this. Now you got to get yourself out.
Period. Figure it out, sir.
As significant as we've seen here. Obviously, that didn't happen here. But in terms of assistance, the president is asking for whatever it takes, to quote him, including minesweepers, for example. What help could NATO countries actually offer here that would help in the United States efforts?
Well, one thing that a lot of the NATO nations who are seafaring nations, like Denmark, UK, and others, they do minesweeping. NATO has a very capable minesweeping capability among the nations. So it doesn't have to be a NATO maritime operation there. It can be the nations themselves who can bring their minesweeping capability to the Gulf. The UK used to have minesweepers there. They're not there anymore. The US did too, and they're not there. So I think what's important here is that the allies, the NATO nations themselves, that this might not be a NATO operation, but the European nations know that this has got to be done. And I think they need to hold their nose and get this done. Trump or not Trump, a German war or not a German war, a NATO war or not a NATO war, we got to put that aside. And these nations can bring not just their minesweeping, but they've got frigates, they can do escorting, they can do a lot of things, leaving the combat activities to the U.S. if that's the way they want to do it.
We're joined now by CNN military analyst, retired Army Lieutenant General Mark Schwartz. General, thank you so much for being with us here. And in response to Trump's calls to assist with keeping shipping lanes open, there was a spokesperson for the German chancellor who said, this war has nothing to do with NATO. It is not NATO's war. So, maybe you can sort of dissect the president's request here. I think there's a lot of folks who look at it and think there are flaws, but also, can NATO really wash their hands of this?
I don't think they can. I think NATO collectively as an alliance, maybe it's not a NATO alliance Article 5 scenario, but certainly there's many European countries that have provided littoral combat ship-like vessels, frigates, other countermine capabilities to many of U.S.-led coalition maritime efforts. So I suspect we'll see several countries eventually agree to come in. The United Kingdom is, you heard the Prime Minister speak earlier about, hey, let's come together and put together a task force, a coalition to support freedom of navigation. So, it's just, I wish this wasn't playing out in public. It's not healthy, I don't think, with long-standing alliances, the kind of, tit for tat that's going on. But I do think inevitably we'll see many European countries come to support this effort.
So they say that they gonna come. They are predicting that they will, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. I don't know. But this is
Well,
what.
I think they're going to try. I don't think that they're going to join in on the war. Now, what they probably do is probably try to do some type of diplomacy and try to figure out how to stop it, because at the end of the day, it's costing everybody money.
Yeah, I feel like if
It's
anything,
costing
somebody can come
everybody.
in to mediate, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to try to find a mediator, and they're going to try to find some diplomacy, and they're going to try to find a way to stop it. And that's the whole
But
thing.
Trump's ego is the biggest issue. I mean, he is going to be the
Well,
number
child,
one reason why they cannot help him.
Listen, Linda. Was it not just last month he was hollering he was gonna get Greenland, and Greenland told him to go F off?
Well, now he about to be after Cuba.
I know.
Well, he not out. He not
think
about
he
to.
is. He think he is. He think he is. Yeah. And that's what it is. He's just a big bully picking on these little small countries that he think that he can
Black
bully.
and brown countries.
Yeah, black and brown countries, like they're not gonna fight back and like they don't have no friends or what have you. And to me, he's a classic bully that start fights that he can't finish.
Well, we're gonna look at Adam Mockler. He's gonna give us his another opinion on the why the people aren't supporting him.
Throughout all of his dementia-ridden snapping on every single reporter, he then begins to turn on other countries. He further attacks the UK. He continues to attack NATO allies. He says NATO countries need to be pulling their weight. But the problem is, the only reason other countries aren't super keen to help us right now is because Trump was being a huge asshole to them throughout the past week, throughout the past year, throughout his entire political existence. He tweeted this out last Saturday, quote, "The United Kingdom, our once great ally, maybe the greatest of them all, is finally giving serious thought to sending 2 aircraft carriers to the Middle East. That's okay, Prime Minister Starmer. We don't need them any longer, but we will remember. We don't need people that join wars after we've already won." So he's being a patronizing, sassy, honestly, just awful human being, saying we don't need the United Kingdom's help.
Yeah.
And then we
It's
start
too
to get
late
reports.
now. We
start to
already
get news.
won.
Donald Trump asked
and
the
we have not
world to
won
join a
nothing.
multinational naval coalition to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. And what do you know? Italy rejected it. Spain rejected it. Japan rejected it. France is hesitant. They haven't rejected or accepted. Norway rejected. Canada, Australia, Germany all rejected it. China has no response. The United Kingdom has no commitment. Netherlands has no response. South Korea has no confirmation. America looks increasingly isolated on the world stage. And Donald Trump was sending out insanely offensive posts 1 week ago, and now he doesn't understand why nobody wants to work with him. Let's hear him on Air Force One last night saying, again, to the UK, we will remember.
He said, I don't want them after we win the war. I want them before we start. So whether we get support or not, but I can say this, and I said it to them, we will remember.
Well, he looks into the camera and says, we will remember. Will you remember? Because if I remember correctly, Canada helped us after 9/11, helped save lives domestically, and they lost lives fighting our war on terror after 9/11. Canada helped us as an ally.
Talk about
Did Trump
how
remember
dumb
that?
you are.
No, Trump got into office
he-
and bullied
how he
Canada
made you,
relentlessly
help
and
him.
recklessly into, going into the arms of other countries.
All right, so yeah, that was just that clip.
What they gonna can he remember though?
I don't think he can. I think that dementia.
People who got
I
dementia
think that
can't
dementia is so set in that.
right. Baby, you gonna go on to another subject by tomorrow. So this
He
will
goes
be
on to
yesterday
another
news.
subject in one sentence.
In the
He
one
can't
sentence
even
that he
finish
putting
his
out.
one thought
Right.
without going to another subject by 5 different times. So
Right.
the
He definitely ain't
dementia-
gonna remember. You can rest
Yeah.
assured that. And what is it there? And what is there to remember? Nobody asked you to get in this war because normally during normal times, you confer with your allies, you talk to them, you guys
Exactly.
get a plan, you set it all up. You don't just go to war and say, "Y'all come on and help me." I
Right.
don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you start the war and then you say, "Hey, hey, hey, by the way, y'all ain't see we started this war? Where
Right.
y'all at?"
Like they on board for that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
Yeah.
on board to get their people killed and cost their country a $1
Just
trillion
because
a
you don't
day.
care about your citizens and you willing to send them out to a war that they ain't got no business fighting because it ain't even a war for them.
Right.
It's a war for Israel. Let's
And
be
and
very
and and,
clear.
and that's the
And a
problem.
distraction.
And the problem is he really think that America is the superpower. We're the baddest. We got the best military. Yeah, we do, but we got to have help.
Not even that.
Okay.
We are all that. But guess what? If you have a fucking compromised, um, incompetent, the you know, just evil person in office, what do you think the country is? We're the sum of the person that's in the fucking office.
All right.
So no one looks at us like a superpower right now. We are a laughing stock. We went
Mm-hmm.
from one day being a superpower with Biden in office, everything good.
And Obama.
And I mean, everything prior to this motherfucker being in office, we were still a superpower. And then within just a few weeks, we are laughing stock. So
Within 30 days, we went to shit. Within 1 month of him being in office, in my opinion.
yeah, I think we went to shit as soon as the poll came out and it showed that he had actually won. I think the world saw then.
Right.
Uh, they can't be our superpower no more. Now we can't depend on America no more.
And
Cause
he's talking about,
how could y'all put this motherfucker in office?
yeah, look how stupid we look. And he's talking about how great he is and look at his poll numbers. Dude, you at 37%. You're at
Right.
37% as far as a approval rating. So
Yeah.
nobody is backing this up other than
That's
your cult follower maggots. Those are the only people that's on board for what you're doing. Everybody else it's a no. Like the rest of those countries say no, it's a no with the rest of the American public.
it's a no for us. Get someone else to do it.
All right.
But throughout all of his dementia-ridden snapping on every single
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, the last clip I think that we have for tonight is gonna be Congresswoman. Is this
Deeper
Congresswoman Brown?
hypocrisy here. Donald
Yeah.
Trump was found guilty by a jury of his peers on 34 felony counts of fraud. He has pardoned a businessman convicted of defrauding a Native American tribe to the tune of $60 million. He has pardoned a Florida CEO convicted of running $1.3 billion Medicare and Medicaid fraud scheme. He has pardoned a nursing home executive who pleaded guilty to a $38 million tax scheme. I could go on and on. In fact, over half of the president's pardons have been for wire fraud, securities fraud, tax fraud, bank fraud, and healthcare fraud. And several of these pardons have come after massive political contributions to the president. In many cases, these pardons meant victims will never see a dime of restitution. House Judiciary Committee Democrats estimate the pardons for fraud-related crimes could deprive victims of more than $1 billion owed to them
Who cares
and
about
American
them victims?
taxpayers. So
They ain't
this
paying
president
him.
is pardoning his wealthy donors and taking money out of the pockets of hardworking Americans. He is handing out get-out-of-jail-free cards to fraudsters while shamelessly using fraud as a pretext to go after perceived political enemies. What I believe is simple. Whether you are a president, a billionaire, or a regular American who has committed fraud, you should be held accountable.
I mean, how could you not agree with that? Seems pretty reasonable to me.
Very reasonable to me. And it's just really disgraceful, for a president
To be able
to
to pardon these type of people.
Yeah, exactly.
There shouldn't even be any path for these people to be able to get pardoned because of those for certain crimes. You just got to do the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that we got a criminal president in office who's pardoning all the criminals, I mean, literally, the January 6 people who put who put law enforcement lives in danger, killed, br- beat these people. I
Bear
mean,
sprayed them,
the biggest form of
defecated in the
treason.
Capitol,
Yeah, yeah.
threatened Congress, had Congress running for their lives.
And then you got these people pardoned. God
Yeah,
damn,
they're patriots.
they're
They're
patriots.
patriots. Yeah, they're patriots. Meanwhile, you're ostracizing immigrants who's just trying to go to work and do their job every day.
That's it.
But you demonize them and put them in concentration detention camps.
Yeah, yeah. Like they criminals.
Yeah, make it make sense. Yeah. Oh yeah, and like Foxy said, pardon lords.
Yeah.
But you're getting drugs off. But you're getting drugs off the street. But you part the
No.
biggest drug lord there is
Yeah.
in the world.
Yeah. You
So
ain't. It's crazy. And then they put the people that's working on these houses and construction that's doing honest days work.
hmm
Those are ones y'all rounding up
and paying taxes that
and
they not
paying
gonna
this
be
our
able to
tax system that they can't get out of.
that they can't
Exactly.
even get back from. But there are criminals and they're brown and they're illegal. So let's just go ahead and detain them.
Well, y'all, let us know if we got anything wrong or if we missed something because I feel like we were right on point. I think the people were pretty much aligned with how we were looking at all this stuff. Um, put y'all opinions in the comment section. Like the video if y'all haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channels.
Y'all hit that like button.
Hit that like button. I said what I said. Foxy 2, Roxy 3, off the record. So you got any final thoughts for the people? And thank you guys for being here. We truly appreciate y'all for y'all the real MVPs. I
Right.
mean.
Whether y'all agree with us or not, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for supporting the channels. If you haven't connected to Foxy 2, Roxy 3, or I Said What I Said channel, make sure you subscribe. And also subscribe to the Off the Record Media channel, which you're on right now. And so my final thought is I don't know how Trump's going to get out this mess because in my mind and in my opinion, he's trying to get out of it. He keeps saying that the war is over, but the war is not over. It's not. Iran is not playing with us. They also said they're going to send in those Epstein files, and I'm going to be looking out for those because I'm real ready to see those files. I believe it's going to be some of the files because they got 3 million that they haven't put out yet that they're trying to keep classified, and I think Iran going to unclassify them. Yeah, I think
Whether they like it or not.
Whether they like it or not, yeah, I think they're gonna bring the real files out, because they're gonna try to embarrass him just like they embarrassed Carter when they had the hostages over there. Remember, they used to have the hostages on TV in blindfold and all tied all up, just to humiliate Jimmy Carter. So I'm really interested to see what type of humiliation that they're gonna pull on Trump. I think Trump messed with the wrong people. I think it's gonna be a FA/FO moment for Trump. And he better try to get some diplomacy and get some see if he got a few friends that'll help him get out this mess that he can't get himself out of.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that's my
Trump.
final thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Trump, you're gonna have to get your ego in check, my boy, because it's gonna be your downfall. It's already the reason why we in this fucking situation we in right now. But somebody talk to your boy. Y'all the ones out there supporting Trump. If you MAGA, go talk to your boy. What is going on? First off, check on his health.
Reply to some of them emails he's sending y'all. See if y'all can try to help him out and help him get out this war. Give him some ideas.
Check on that man' health first off. Them ankles, them ankles is concerning. The bruises around his neck, around his hands, the bad makeup. Y'all supposed to be that man friend. Help that man out. Then once y'all figure that part out, y'all need to figure out what the fuck is going on with this man, where he is thinking that putting American lives on the line, so because he got blackmailed for some pedophilia shit. Like, this is not okay. So y'all talk to y'all boy. But until then, we not gonna be done roasting him. We gonna be talking about him. We gonna be bringing facts and opinions, uncut, unfiltered. So if y'all like that, y'all into that,
Unbothered.
unbothered, all that.
All that. And
So
we
if
said
y'all
what
like
we
that,
said.
right, and we said what the we said.
Right.
So if y'all like that, hit the subscribe button. We will be on sometime this week, talking our shit and bringing y'all facts again.
Along with hood news.
Along with, we calling this the hood news.
Our facts with the hood put on it.
Yeah. With a hood twist.
Yeah, with a hood twist. That's right.
All right. Well, y'all, it's been fun. Can't say it's been real fun talking about this motherfucker, but
right.
Y'all have a great night. Hit the like button before y'all leave.
And we'll see you guys on the next video. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, you know what time it is. No scripts, no filters, no fear. We said what we said and meant that. Off the record, yeah, we keep it real. No filter shit, we say what we feel. Politics, stories, truth on display. Come on. We talk that talk in our own way. Off the record, Minion the guy, let's go. Foxy 2 Roxy 3, she go hard.
I swear on everything, that is exactly what he said right here in the studio.
That is the funniest thing I have heard all week.
So hard. Busy with the facts, she never miss. Nah. I said what I said, that's the twist. Off the record, yeah. Come and catch the vibe. Where real ones talk and the truth survive. Late night truth, we don't just speak. Nah. We pull the roots from what they keep. From pain to progress, we light the flame. No spin, no script, we call it by name. Minion bring the vision, Foxy bring the flame. Lizzie drop a cease, it'll never be the same. I said what I said, say it loud, no shame. We taking truth global, remember the name. No apologies, no disguise. Just soul and purpose in our eyes. We move with power, bold and free. Say it loud, you gon' feel this energy. This the realest show you ever saw. Off the record. We said what we said. Off the record. Yeah. Yeah. We said what we said. Off the record.